Okay, class, so our new book today is called Surprising Sharks, and it's written by Nicola Davies. So it says, you're swimming in the warm blue ocean. What's the one word that turns your dream into a nightmare? What's the one word that makes you think of a giant man-eating killer? Shark! Shark? Yes, it's a shark. It's a dwarf lantern shark. It's the smallest kind of shark in the world. What did we talk about? Sometimes our 3 letters on the end of a word can do? Right, it can put it in an order. So if we're saying the dwarf lantern shark is the smallest shark, we're saying that no shark can be smaller. Because the dwarf lantern shark is just bigger than a chocolate bar. Not a giant, certainly no man-eater, and a killer only if you happen to be a shrimp. You see, most sharks are not at all what you might expect. After all, who would expect a shark to have fairy lights? The dwarf lantern shark has lights on its stomach, you can see from our picture. Or blow up like a party balloon. Or lie on the seafloor like a scrap of old carpet. Or look like tools from a monster's toolkit. What kind of tools do you think these sharks look like? You're right, the big one kind of looks like a hammer. That one's called a hammerhead shark. What about this little one here? You're right, it kind of looks like a saw. Well, that one's called a saw shark. In fact, sharks come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. Now, sizes is a word we haven't really used. So what sizes means is how big or little something is. So if you were trying to tell me the size of something, you would be telling me if it was big or little or how big or how little. How can such different animals all be sharks? Look carefully and you'll see the things they all share. What do you think all sharks share? You're right, they all have fins. They all live in the ocean. They all have really sharp teeth. You're right. So our diagram here shows us that sharks have 3 fins. They've got tails. They've got gills to help them breathe under the water. And then they've got teeth. They've got the really sharp teeth and really strong jaws. And they also have a skeleton. But most of their skeleton isn't bone. It's just these pieces here in their skull and their back. But it isn't the basic body plans that make a shark a shark. It's the sharkish way they behave. Sharks are always hungry, and they're always on the lookout for their next meal. Some even start killing before they are born. Some sharks lay eggs, and some give birth to live young. But all baby sharks are just like their parents, with the sharp teeth and the ability to hunt right from the start. See, these are different types of shark eggs. This one is an egg, and that down there is actually a shark egg too. And these are baby sharks before they're born. So like this would be a shark that gives birth to live young, like we talked about. And then these would be 2 sharks that lay eggs. Shark senses are fine-tuned, ready for the tiniest hint that might mean food. So to a hungry shark, the faintest of clues is as clear as a restaurant sign. So faintest is a word we may not have heard, but we might hear words that mean the same thing. So another word for faintest might be unclear. Something isn't clear to us. Or vague. It's not strong. It's not there. But a shark doesn't need a strong sense to find their food because of the way they're built. And when at last they're close enough for the kill, they feel the crackle of their prey's living nerves. So they bite in just the right place. no matter what the prey, whether it's plankton or people. Yes, it's true. Some sharks do kill people, about 6 of us every year. But every year, people kill 100 million sharks. So we use sharks to make things like shark tooth necklaces, cattle feed, shark fin soup, fish and chips, because a shark's a type of fish, skin creams, aftershave. We can use sharks to make a lot of things. But that's not necessarily good. So, if you were a shark swimming in the lovely blue sea, the last word you would want to hear would be human. So can anyone tell me one thing they learned from our book today?